Hello and welcome, Capricorn. So nice to see you again. I'm Nicolene, and today we're pulling 3 cards for you from the fairy pack. This is a timeless reading and will mean different things for different people. Please remember to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs if you know them. If not, and you're just curious about any of the other signs, follow your instincts and watch that one too, because there might be something in there that would be useful for you to know about right now. So without any further ado, let's see what important messages come up for you today. Your first card, Capricorn, is the Fairy of the Green Mist. What a beautiful, beautiful card this is. The Fairy of the Green Mist wants to bring our attention to the fact that in the midst of playfulness and humor and the ability to be sensitive, we must just keep our eyes out for any weariness and sorrow in others, and use every opportunity that's afforded to us to enfold them in the radiance and healing of our own happiness. They really do say that sharing is caring, and I do think that this is very definitely one of those times when that would apply. The Fairy of the Green Mist asks you to invite her into your heart so that she can chase your stress and anxiety and worries away, replacing them with joy and playfulness. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like an excellent idea to me, because, you know, the world is a little bit of an anxious inducing place where there are a tremendous amount of stresses and pressures that come at us from all directions. So if this fairy and this fairy energy is offering to reduce that load for us in any form, I certainly would not be chasing her away, but rather inviting her in to help in any way that she can. So she is telling us that all the burdens and tangles of our outside, human adult life will untangle themselves and will pass away or transmute or transform like shadows if we will just use our energy and our focus to trust deeply that all is well. Now, we all know, and we're all told in very many different ways, at different times by different people, to say, just have faith, just trust, things will work out. And there is that saying that says everything will work out in the end, and if it hasn't worked out yet, it means it's not the end. And that is very much what the Fairy of the Green Mist is talking about here. Just to say, in that, in the stormy seas, have faith, keep focused, rely on your instruments, because they do know what they're doing. Even though you might not be able to see where you're going, your internal instincts and your intuition are guiding lights that will head you through to calmer waters, where you will then be able to feel a little bit more like yourself, with less anxiety and stress involved. So the Fairy of the Green Mist is really just telling you to relax, to take life and be playful like these little lambs are. And the little lambs make me think very much about the story, the religious story about being the Lamb of God, the innocence of the internal child. So, and lambs are or have been historically used in that kind of context as well, in terms of the sacrificial lamb. So this might also be something along the lines of, what do you need to give up? Stress, pressure, anxiety, deadlines, whatever it happens to be, in favor of something that maybe supports your internal child, the playfulness, the humor, the sensitivity, the healing, the understanding, the real you. So that comes across very, very strongly for me in this card. The other thing that comes across quite strongly in this card is her ability to to move, to transform herself, to use her wings to get her to wherever it is that she's wanting to go to. And this really does also bring my attention down to her heart, where it looks like it's growing. You know, there's that sense of growth and rebirth and finding herself and expressing herself in very creative ways. But if we think about it, mist is sort of here and there and everywhere without being anywhere at the same time. So this is very much about just be, you know, don't put any sort of emphasis on anything, but rather just enjoy the moment, enjoying the beingness, go with the flow, see where it takes you, without spreading yourself too thin, you know. So that would be something perhaps that you can keep in mind for card 1. So let's see what card 2 holds in store for us. Your second card, Capricorn, is the Little Man of Wishes. What a lovely card. Now, the Little Man of Wishes asks you to delight in the little things of life. They constitute the weaving of energy that creates beauty and meaning in your world. And their right fulfillment attracts magic to make your dreams come true. What a lovely magical energy. And I would expect it's those little things that make the big dreams come true, you know, the little things being the big things in the great scheme of things. So the Little Man of Wishes really does speak about blessing your everyday existence by appreciating the simple, humble things. Because when you can learn to love your own life and all of its little rituals and conditions, the power to change will flood in and all of your wishes will be granted. Because after all, the power of change, as you see there in the salamander in the picture, the power of change always exists in the present moment. The power is always in the now. So the Little Man of Wishes is basically saying, if you want your wishes to come true, harness your power, make sure that the details are positive, and that will then create that larger picture for you, which is pretty much what the first one, the green mist, Fairy of the Green Mist, was saying. Then all the shadows will pass away and you will then be able to enjoy the higher vibrational experiences. So let's see what card 3 holds in store for you, Capricorn. Your third card, Capricorn, is Bridget, who is also known as the deity or goddess Dana. She is the fairy queen. So for her to make an appearance in your reading really is symbolic of positive change, good things coming, abundance, energy, that kind of thing. She always brings in the news that your hard work is going to pay off. So the fairy queen, or the triple goddess, as she's also known as, also the maiden, mother, and crone, is another aspect of who she is. She brings in lessons that are learned through compassion and healing, divination, truth, and justice. So rather than the focusing on the falsehoods associated with ego, frustration, and manipulation, Bridget, the fairy queen, encourages you to nurture your creative potential. So when Bridget appears in your life, you know that you have a soul guardian who will never, ever fail you. She also brings to your attention that you might now might be a good time for divining a future that you can look forward to, or even for you to start divining a future, or focusing, making vision boards, that kind of thing, for future events or future assets or future circumstances that you would like to enjoy. So she also says that you must include relationships in that, for establishing relationships, and also building bridges between you and other parties, in order for you to forge ahead in a positive way for everybody's benefit. So this is also it goes very much about deciding what you want and deciding to do the physical work as well as the energetic, emotional work for, assets, events, circumstances, things, jobs, love relationships, but then also taking responsibility for your part of relationships that maybe didn't quite work out the way that they were planned initially, and then doing what it is that you can do to neutralize those energies, those emotions, so that moving ahead you can do so with less baggage. Sometimes that works out with doing a cutting of cords or forgiveness ritual, and sometimes it's just literally a decision of going, well, that happened, there's nothing I can do about it now. I wish them well, I wish myself well, and let's just move ahead and pretend that it didn't happen, and we'll just learn from the situation. So maybe that's something that you need to look at. She also asks us to make compassion, truth, and justice our motto or our focal point, because she does expect the highest conduct from us in return for the gifts of abundance and manifestation that she so freely shares. So now might be a good time for you to center yourself in whatever brings you peace. And I would also say to you, just keep your eyes open, because her symbols include a white dove, the peace dove that we sometimes see, or even in our daily world, there's also the wild gray dove. So if you see the wild gray dove or the white peace dove with that little olive branch in its mouth, all of those are indicators that Bridget is around. And I would say to you, as the card indicates, those beautiful white roses as well. So I would definitely say any of those symbols would be an indicator that her presence is influencing you. So be alert for those, and look forward to the gifts that she's giving you. So this looks like a very positive encouragement in the right directions, letting go of all of your burdens, not sweating the small stuff, and then being open to embrace and receive and put the work in order for you to get the good stuff. So that's a lovely energy for your reading, Capricorn. And I hope this has made sense to you in whichever way is most relevant for you. If you have found any value in anything that I've told you, please feel free to like this video. If you haven't already, feel free to click the subscribe button, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know how this resonated with you, and if there are any other particular topics that you would like me to include on this channel, that would be lovely to hear from you. So until we chat again, you take care, stay blessed. Bye for now.